Professional Bowlers Association, in conjunction with Killer Bee Promotions, produces a unique bowling experience. From 42nd Street and Park Ave in Midtown Manhattan, welcome to Grand Central Terminal in New York, New York. Largest train station in the world. Opened in 1871 as Grand Central Depot. Rebuilt in 1913 as Grand Central Terminal and beautifully restored in the year 2000. Welcome to the 2011 Teen Masters. We are in Vanderbilt Hall, just off the Grand Central Terminal main concourse, named for the Vanderbilt family, who built and originally owned this station. 750,000 people go through this terminal every single day, and you are looking live at Vanderbilt Hall in the 2010 Teen Masters Boys High School Division, our second semifinal. Hello again, everybody. Mike J. Laneside alongside the bowling Dr. Jeff Mark and the professor from Ebonite, Ron Hickland, and we are ready for our second semifinal match of the day in the boys division. As tournament leader through qualifying, AJ Chapman, he is on the lane warming up as we speak, and he'll face the number 6 seed Tommy Genova in a best of 2 game final. Look at that great venue. Bowling Doctor, we've had 3 exciting semifinal matches and 1 more on tap here live on Extra Frame.
What a great venue. It's been phenomenal, Mike J, so far. And this match should be a good one. AJ's just had a phenomenal look. He ran the field over. No one was even close to him, and it was just a phenomenal effort.
And joining us on the big live broadcast tonight, 16-time PBA Tour champion Jason Couch. Jason, we just came off of 1-ball roll-off. Can there be more excitement in store here at Vanderbilt Hall?
I don't know how it's possible, Michael, unless we have a couple of boys shoot the number 1 game, maybe shoot tie at 300 or something, but that was just some phenomenal bowling by the boys earlier.
We've seen a lot of things today on and off the lanes, and also the professor from Ebonite joins us. It's Ron Hickland, and Ron, you've got some toys on the arsenal and the lane conditions.
Yeah, you know, we're actually using this Powerhouse Blueprint program that we've got. It's available at powerhousebowling.com. You can do a free download. Just click on the blueprint icon, check it out. What we're going to do is we're going to look at Tommy Genova's bowling ball. It looks like he's probably going to go with that Mission 2.0. You know, each player had 2 balls, a Mission 2.0 and a hard ball. And I've got the layout actually of Tommy's ball. It's a 6.5-inch pen with a 60-degree by 40-degree layout. So obviously he's going for some control here, Jay. You can tell, you know, with a 6.5-inch pen, that ball's not going to hook a whole lot.
No question about that. And, you know, I've watched this kid bowl for the last couple of days. He's just looking for some smooth end-over-end roll and not much change of direction.
You know, they're back on that long pattern again, too, now. So, you know, with the longer pattern, with that weaker layout, is he going to use a little more surface, you think, to get that ball to pick up? Or with his rev rate and ball speed, he'll just be able to power through it and get it to come on around the corner anyway?
No, you know, he doesn't have a ton of rev rate off his hand, so I think he's going to have a little surface on that ball tonight to get her started.
Well, speaking about the surface, one of the interesting things you can do, we've got him lined up here hitting the pocket. You can actually change the surface of the ball. So let's say he was going to go down from a 2,000 grit ball to a 1,000 grit ball. You can actually, we'll actually keep the simulation running and show you a small comparison here. You can see the red line now is the 1,000 grit ball, and the blue line is the 2,000 grit ball. So you're going to get a little more hook if he did, in fact, put a little more surface on that ball.
Actually, a little earlier as well.
Yep, you can see that. The ball is earlier. Or a little bit earlier and still a little continuous down lane.
Gentlemen, we have a best of 2 match coming up in the boys high school division. This is best of 2. A player needs to sweep both games to win. In the event of a 1-1 tie, we'd go to a sudden death roll-off as we did earlier when Zakatori advanced to the championship match. The high seed has a choice of pattern and starting position, and Jason Couch, AJ Johnson, the tournament leader, has chosen the long pattern.
You know, I don't disagree with that at all. I think that was a great choice. In fact, he's got the most rev rate out of the 2 players here, and he tends to migrate more towards the center of the lane, so I certainly think the longer pattern definitely favors him.
Hundreds of the best teen bowlers took the challenge. 2 strike balls, 2 lane patterns. We've heard about the lane patterns, the long and the short. Now, Ron Hickland, 2 strike balls, the Ebonite Mission 2.0 and the Ebonite Hardball.
Yeah, you know, and here we're going to take a look at... Still there?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. We're going to take a look at A.J. Johnson's Mission 2.0. He's got a 5 1/8 inch pin to PAP distance. It's a pin under ball. So Jason, I mean, his ball is actually laid out stronger.
Yeah, without question. And this is AJ's ball, right?
Correct. This is AJ's.
Yeah, he's actually got more hand, and he likes to have his feet further to the left out of the gate. So I think that would make more sense. He's also got a lot more ball speed. So I think a combination of everything, he's going to go with a little stronger layout.
They tell me that long puts a premium on shot making and levels the playing field. Bowling Doctor, your opinion on that assertion?
Absolutely, Mike J. Anytime you get on the long pattern, you're going to have to throw it a lot more accurately and a lot more consistently. And anytime you miss, you're going to pay a lot more penalty.
There we are, Vanderbilt Hall and Grand Central Terminal. We are literally astride 42nd Street, just steps away from the heart of New York City. And we are here live on Extra Frame. Mike J. Laneside alongside Jason Couch, Ron Hickman, and the Bowling Doctor, Jeff Marcuse. Always got the front five.
Ah, yes, Mike J.
And you can see the Powerhouse, Jackie Bowling there. She'll be doing some Powerhouse updates for us today as we look for our last finalist in the boys high school division. A couple things happening tomorrow is we are going to crown a boys champion, and the boy that wins here will face Zaccatori. We'll have a girls champion, and then we'll have an overall champion, as boy will face girl for a $64,000 full ride Ebonite scholarship.
That sure is an awesome first place prize. One of the things that I wanted to show you real quick is this is actually our number 2 seeds ball, and I want to show you the number 1 seeds ball as we go ahead and simulate the shot. You'll notice that the ball flares a lot more. You know, the ball was a pin up ball, now it's a pin down ball. You're going to get a little bit more flare, you're going to get a little more total hook. So it should be interesting to see look at the simulation results over here. You can kind of see he's got a lot more hooks set up wise just with his layout. So one of the good things with the program is you can actually compare layouts or styles of play, in this case, what we're doing as well. So obviously they'll have to be a little change. They won't be playing the exact same part of the lane if they're going to be able to get to the pocket.
Well, players are completing their warm-up tosses. A.J. Johnson, the overall number 1 seed, and Tommy Genova, number 6 seed. He dispatched A.J. Chapman yesterday at Laurel Lanes in a 5-gamer, best of 5-game match play through the preliminary match play rounds. And Genova outlasted Chapman, and a final score in Game 5 of 221 to 213. Tournament director Kirk Von Kruger setting the stage in the final warm-up tosses as Johnson and Genova get set to do battle to see who will face Zaccatori in tomorrow's live final. We get things kicked off tomorrow live with the Under-14 Championships, boys and girls. We hope you join us live on Extra Frame tomorrow, as we will do business tomorrow. Pablo Cerda will take on Wesley Lowe Jr. in the Under-14 boys division for that title. And in the Under-14 girls, Taryn Gray will face number 1 overall seed Ashley Dunn. That'll get started at noon. And then we will have our boys and girls championships decided. And then we will have an overall champion take home that big Ebonite full ride $64,000 college scholarship. Watch it all live tomorrow with us on Extra Frame. Kirk Von Kruger gets things going, and we will see who has decided to start the match.
This opponent is the number 1 seed, leading all qualifiers this week to earn that berth. From Oswego, Illinois, A.J. Johnson.
Player introductions are completed. Any thoughts to what we'll see in the Zaccatori match? Ryan Ventilla happened on the short, and we had one lopsided win in Game 1, another lopsided win the other game in Game 2. Will we see something similar or something different now that we've gone from the 35-foot short to the 42-foot long keg of oil?
No, I don't think so. I think with the longer pattern, you got a little more consistency. You don't have quite the change of direction off the back end of the pattern. I think you'll see. I think you'll see a lot closer games.
Yeah, I got to agree with that too, Jason. I mean, you know, the shorter patterns, they tend to do that to you. You know, they're going to transition very fast. You got a lot of friction. You got a lot of, change there. With the longer pattern, you know, the transition should be a little bit slower. So these guys should be able to follow the transition a little closer and be closer to the pocket.
1 minute of practice remaining. A.J. Chapman and Tommy Genova. Final shots.
Well, I guess Tommy Genova will be starting the match, Michael J., and I guess that means that AJ decided just to go second in the match.
That was his choice. And a little different scenario with starting position when you're in a single lane configuration than when you're in a left-right configuration.
Oh, without question, I think AJ wants to see the lane break down a little more, and kind of get into the groove here. And with the higher rev rate, the higher ball speed, he's gonna want to see that lane have more of a burn spot to the right.
Because in this one-lane configuration, Johnson will go second and finish each game. Final warm-up tosses are going down, and you always like to see that split when they don't count that last time.
Obviously, you want to put a good shot in your mind right before you get up there. He's been throwing the other ball pretty much the whole practice, so I think that was just getting a little sample of what might be out there.
Genova, his last pitch before we'll put pen to paper.
Hey guys, one of the things that I was doing was I was playing around with that shot simulator and the ability to randomize the shots. And what I looked at with the short pattern, the total strike percentage was actually lower than on the longer pattern. The short pattern was about 32%, and the longer pattern is 45%.
You're like a baseball manager that's determining the matchups based on who hits the left-handed pitcher in certain situations and who hits the right-handed pitcher, and what reliever do you go with?
Absolutely, absolutely. This program is a really cool tool. I mean, like I said, we sell it to pro shops. It's available. You can go to powerhousebowling.com and click on the blueprint icon and download a little sample and play with it yourself.
Here we go. Best of 2 game match. Genova starts. Left off his hand, 3-6-10.
It's not the easiest spare in the world, but could have been a lot worse.
Little toasty in here, and that fist-sized muscle in his chest has got to be working overtime. Genova cross lane, 3-6-10. And an open frame. Never, never, never discount that 3-6-10, that naughty 3-6-10. Got our human pin setters, all dressed in Team Masters yellow. Also the old school ball return being handed back to the players. And you are looking live at the audience as they filter through Grand Central Station on their way to 42nd Street. If they go to your left, they're going to the street. If they go to your right, they're catching a train home. Probably out to Long Island bowling, Doctor.
Probably.
Now A.J. Johnson, his opening shot. Power player. Look at that. 10 back for A.J. Johnson. Johnson with Matt O'Grady, another great youth collegiate player. Now Genova after the opening frame. Miscue.
I think there might have been a couple of nerves rattling right there early. Hopefully he gets himself together right here. That he does.
Better shot. The open hand release. Is that, what is that doing? I mean, his hand comes through and he's open at release.
I mean, there's some pros and cons to that, obviously, but it's hard for him to come over top of the ball when he gets his hand out with the open hand release. It allows you from staying away from that, but there's a lot of times you can also miss it at the bottom as well. So, there's pros and cons to every release, and not one of them's perfect.
Brian Cosgrove Payne says, "Be the monster, AJ." He was a monster at the end of qualifying. A couple of big games at the end, secured his top seed. Directly into this semifinal tilt versus Genova. Second frame strike up. Game 1. And that ball makes an unearthly sound as it enters the pin deck here at Vanderbilt Hall and echoes around the rafters.
He certainly never got that one to the right, and he knew it off his hand. He was pretty happy with just getting 8.
Yeah, and that shot eats a lot.
spare for Johnson. Early lead here in game one. This is the best of two. First player to win 2 games advances to the championship match. In the event of a 1-1 tie, we'll have a sudden death roll-off, and we've seen 2 of those of our 3 semifinal matches so far. Gets away from Genova, directs traffic, and gets the break on the crossover.
What did it say? It's we're playing not how, we're playing how many?
That would be correct, sir.
If you joined us earlier, Zakatori won in a roll-off against Ryan Ventilla to advance to the championship match for the 2nd straight year. Not only do the boys and girls champions vie for the $64,000 scholarship, but they each get a berth to the 2011 PBA World Series of Bowling. Johnson strikes spare, working the 3rd. Powerful strike ball. It's like thunder echoes through this place.
Sure does.
Interesting young man, too, is as rough and tumble as he looks on the lanes. He's equally soft-spoken and personable. Getting a chance to chat with him. Now Genova, open double, chance to take advantage of that. Brooklyn strike. Turkey for Genova. Let's settle the score with this bowling doctor. Now we're in New York, so do we properly call it a Brooklyn or a Jersey?
They call it Jersey if they're in New York. If they're in Jersey, they call it Brooklyn.
The bowling doctor with the street knowledge.
Yeah.
One of the favorite bowling terms of all time. Is it a Brooklyn or is it a Jersey?
Do you know where that originated from? That was a question.
No.
Oh, okay, I don't either. I was just asking.
That's before my time. I'm not that old.
4th frame. Johnson working a strike.
Just gotta hurry.
Washout 1-2-10.
2 different styles of attack here. I mean, one guy's a very aggressive. The other one's going the other way. He's soft. It's be interesting.
Genova playing more of a finesse game, which he has all week, and AJ's just been full throttle the whole week. And you know, it's 2 different paths to the pocket. You know, and seems to be working okay.
Picks up 2 to get the count, does Johnson. Genova working on the turkey up in the 5th. It is a little toasty in here. Grand Central Terminal not air conditioned. A little bit of airflow. And under the lights though, a little toasty. How about that crowd reaction?
How about that 2.0 giving out the little love tap, 2 shots in a row?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. He took full advantage of that Brooklyn too, didn't he? Or Jersey there.
They are 6 deep behind these competitors, and they are into this match. AJ Johnson, 68 open. Genova, with the open frame to start, has roared back with a 4-bagger. Now Johnson's up. Trails by 31, 5th frame.
Oh my.
Boomba, smash 7.
That is one strong ball.
Someone just yelled, "Welcome to Grand Central" out there. And a blown spare. So back-to-back opens for AJ Johnson. Big mental mistake there.
Got to regroup for sure.
Without question, I think he's a little rattled right now, a little frustrated.
Talking it over with Matt O'Grady. Now Genova working the 4-bagger. Mixing, no, can't shake the 2 out. mega applause in this match.
You know, when you're the top seed, Jason, does it work to your advantage or to your disadvantage when you come to a different venue, obviously, and it's a two-game total match like we got here?
Well, obviously, it's a tough change for venues when you're the tournament leader. But, you know, the best piece of advice I ever got when I was the tournament leader and lost a few times was, you know, Parker came up to me and he said, "You've been the tournament leader all week. Now all you have to do is go out there and show the people on TV why you were the tournament leader." So it basically says stay focused, bowl your own game.
Right, right.
Johnson washout open, missed the 7-pin. Now he's up in the 6th, trails by 40. Flat 10s it. Johnson's 18 years old. He'll be 19 on September 3rd. His high series is an 857. Bowling out of Oswego, Illinois. If he wins the big college scholarship, he is considering attending McKendree University, one of the great bowling schools. Spare for Johnson, trails by 40. We enter the 7th frame. This is a best of 2 single game matchup. Player that wins 2 advances. If it's a 1-1 tie, we go to a roll-off.
Yeah, you know, it's just 2 bad breaks there for Johnson. You know, it's an upper deck 7 and a blower 10-pin. I mean, what do you do there, Jay?
You just keep hitting the pocket. Don't get frustrated where you throw bad shots right behind them. You know, it's a 2-game match. Got to remember that.
Picket fence. Jason Couch, let me ask you this. Extra frames coming on board with some tournaments for the first time this fall. What would you think of a stepladder that featured these 2-game matches as opposed to the single-game stepladder?
I think it would certainly be interesting. I can tell you that you know, any format change is going to be a little unusual for everyone, but you know, I don't have a problem with it. You know, if you feel good if you lose the first game and come back, and you know, it does give you a little more time. And they say the more games you bowl, the cream rises to the top. So, you know, I wouldn't object to it, seeing something different.
Just following on your point of that, going to a different venue and being the tournament leader and only having 1 game, would it be? What would the perception be to try something like that? We were just tossing around what the format is going to be for those finals without the time constraints of ESPN and other elements that come into play.
Right. I certainly do like giving yourself a chance to you know, to maybe get a little lost and getting some frames to maybe get yourself back together. I mean, you know, this is the first I've seen of this format, and I like it.
Well, time will tell. Stay tuned to PBA.com for information on the 2011-12 already season, starting with the World Series of Bowling, and now A.J. Johnson is falling apart with another open frame, and all of a sudden we find ourselves back in a Hattori kind of mindset. Zach Hattori got blown out in game 1, but he came back in game 2 and advanced through the roll-off. Genova 133 through 6, spare up in the 7th, working in the 8th. It's light, and again can't carry a 2.
Yeah, you know, Mike, his last 3 shots have been light. You know, I don't know if the lanes, you know, doing that to him, or if he's, you know, a little more comfortable and amping it up a little bit. But that's his 3rd shot in a row. He's went light.
I think the fact that AJ's inside of him, buzzing on it, might be pushing the oil to him at this point. You know, and it might be time to do a little searching. You know, he's up 49 pins. It's by all means not over. But if AJ does something wrong here, it may not hurt to chase it back to the right a little bit with your feet, maybe get a little more direct and see if it holds line.
Genova in the driver's seat at the moment. Big lead here in game 1, 2-game match.
Bowling Doc, what's your take on A.J. Johnson there? What are you seeing?
Oh, I mean, he's a strong player. He's playing really aggressive, strong with his arm. And there's not a lot of options of where that ball's going once it's coming off his hand, and as long as I think the longer the match goes, the more it's going to get into his wheelhouse more. So I think if you're going to get him, you need to get him early.
Gentlemen, it's like Congress in here. We've got hooting and hollering on both sides of the aisle. Equal representation for Genova and Johnson as we enter the 9th frame.
Certainly looked a little more direct off his hand.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's a look at the scoreboard. 173 through 8 strike up for Genova, clearly in command here.
Just didn't get it right. Got all over it, but didn't get it right.
So we got the similar scenario going where Johnson's going to lose big, but he's got game 2 to come back win if he wants a roll-off and a shot at the title.
Oh, almost got it.
Looks similar to a 4-7-10 that you picked up in recent memory.
Gets a little closer to that plexiglass, he might pop it out of there.
I know a few other people that are pretty aggressive and throw pretty hard at their spares. So you should be pretty familiar with that.
Yes, sir, I am. Another great shot. Another great shot by Tommy Genova there. Just 10 back. You know, Mike J, now it's all about keeping the momentum. For Tommy, is just keeping everything the same.
O'Grady right in there, having a chat with him, keeping his head in it, keeping him positive, talking about his ball reaction.
Can Genova do what Ventillo failed to do earlier? Can he keep the momentum from game 1 into game 2? He can punch for 233. He's already got the match in hand. He's just fishing around, looking what strategy he'll use in game 2. I see a subtle change in hand position there. He's now more up and down than open.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as he squared up to the lane more, he certainly wanted to get the ball going up the lane, and I think he's doing a great job of that so far.
He's obviously playing, to make good shots, to stay in the pocket. Obviously, with the straighter game that he's got to make quality shots to hit the pocket. Whereas Johnson, he's hoping for a little bit of lane help there, and then creating him a little bit of room so he can get a little. He can miss a little bit and still be able to strike.
And Jeff Mark, the bowling doctor, Genova opted to shoot the spare there and not go for the information ball.
Yeah, that's, like I said, deal with kids, so, they're not all as information hungry as we are. But out on tour, that one ball, that one little piece, that one little thing is the difference of winning and losing sometimes. And they'll learn.
Big high backswing of Johnson. Powers him back. And could that be the start of something? Zakatori found something in the 10th frame of our first semifinal and rode it to victory. Can A.J. Johnson do the same? Overall qualifying leader after 18 games. Tommy Genova is in the scorebook with a 221. He has won in game 1. He's 1 game away from advancing to a boys championship final with Zakatori. A.J. Johnson lists Tommy Jones as his favorite PBA bowler, and similar style. And is A.J. Johnson finding something that will come in handy in game 2?
The ball started to creep a little high. He better chase it a little more.
So Genova, what's going through his head right now, bowling doctor? Tommy Genova.
Well, I think he's just thinking, you know what, keep it in play, keep doing what I'm doing, and hope this guy doesn't line in.
He's lining in.
Yeah.
That was a ball change, too.
Went to the hard ball there.
Yeah, he changed to his hard ball.
Clap of the hands and an announcement from Tournament Director Kurt Von Kruger, and we'll dive right back into Game 2. Will A.J. Johnson be able to do what Zaccatori did, get whitewashed in Game 1, only to return to win Game 2 and a roll-off? That was what A.J. will need if he wants to face Hattori in the final. That'll all happen tomorrow. Live coverage continues of this 2011 Teen Masters with our Under-14 Championship getting underway tomorrow at noon. Pablo Cerda will face tournament leader Wesley Lowe Jr. for the Under-14 boys title. Tyron Gray will face number 1 seeded Ashley Dunn for the Under-14 girls. And then we will have more action. Genova
seems to be how these matches have been going. Is somebody gets out there, gets it, then they lose it, then they lose the next match, and then it's up in the air for the roll-off.
You know, I was thinking about that, and part of that may be because they're only bowling on one lane. You know, in typical competition here, this lane would only see half as much play. Yeah. So you're getting a lot more play on the lane. So just because you're lined up doesn't mean a whole lot because the lane's going to transition twice as fast as it normally would.
Very good point.
So Under-14s meet, and then the high school girls championship as top seed Elise Bolton will face Rachel Vaughn.
So Johnson's changed to his hard ball, and looks like he's got some surface on it. What do you think about that ball motion there, Bowling Doc?
That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. He changes the whole shape of the ball because of his speed. And then core never really goes with that sideways tip that you see everybody else's get. So it pushes through the spot. It makes it arc much more, but his rev rate just throws the pins everywhere. So powerful kid.
Split for Genova, and fellas, here we go again. And I need to correct myself on the girls' high school championship tomorrow. Number 2 seeded Gabriella Mayfield will face Rachel Vaughn for the girls' title.
Oh, God, Mike J.
Is that Groundhog Day? Alarm clock's going to ring at 6 a.m. again.
Yeah.
But here we go again. Game 1 is flipping into turnabout again in Game 2. A.J. Johnson stepping up to take advantage of the Genova double, and he can do so with a strike, second frame.
You know, same thing happened last match, too, where they did a ball change. They made a couple other changes to get lined up to the pocket, and they were zoned in. Wide and a little fast.
Oh, yeah. He was revved up for that one.
Yeah, no foul, nothing harmed on the count if he can pick up the super washout. And misses on count as well. Let's see if that comes back to haunt.
Jay, when you shoot that, how do you shoot that? Do you shoot that, you know, crossing over, hoping the head pin takes out the other pins, or do you hope the ball takes out all the pins?
I usually try to put the ball in between,
okay,
you know, and take out the pins. But I certainly, on the longer pattern, I would have probably stayed with my strike ball because the plastic ball tends to push way too easy when you get it a little firm.
So Genova, turnabout, got an open-handed back. He leads by 2, third frame. And here comes Tommy Genova. And this crowd is fired up for this. We've got equal supporters on either side.
He liked that one.
Let's see if AJ can stay within himself here. Tried to toss it out the backside of Grand Central last time up. Looks like he's got a little note card. Open, strike. Small lead for Genova. He's already up a game in this best of 2 game match. Boys high school division semifinal. The winner goes on to face Zaccatori tomorrow, live on Extra Frame. Who will get the first double? Genova gets the first crack at it, 4th frame. Spare, open strike.
It's got a hook. Just a little bit late.
Yeah, not a bad shot, though, especially in the heat of the moment. That wasn't bad.
A very versatile player. I've seen 3 or 4 releases out of Genova just in the last 6 shots. He's really seeming to be very versatile.
Sounds a lot like me, except I'm not trying to change it when that happens.
Single pin conversion, getting a couple of flash photography. I imagine we'll get Kurt to make an announcement. Johnson kicks the 10. That first double always means something in a one-game configuration.
Yes, it does. You know, that's one of the things, too, with the venue that it is a public venue. So you're getting people coming in and out. They're brand new. They don't know. And, you know, we've given that no flash warning several times. But, you know, that's one of the things the boys have to contend with out there.
That's how you answer, right there.
AJ took the lead with that double. He now leads by 8. Can extend with a turkey.
It's a big shot for him.
Needs this game to force a roll-off. Knocked out the second time I've seen him pull on a little milk card. Has he got his moves on a little cheat sheet?
I don't know.
Has he got a picture of you in his pocket?
I hope not.
Johnson up 8, can extend to 18 with a turkey in the 5th.
Oh, 10.
Big break.
Wow.
In off his hand, never got it right at all.
Big turkey.
Plus 18 for A.J. Johnson. Looking to even things up at a game apiece and force a roll-off. Genova, though, strike up. He can cut the lead right back to 8. With a strike in the 6th, he's moving deeper inside. Drifts back out.
Shot was inside, too. Inside the target as well. You know, Johnson's got a unique opportunity there once again where, you know, that jersey that he just threw, that can really change the match. Give him a lot of confidence, you know, and really turn the tables on
Tommy Genova. Yeah, what you want to do here is you just want to go back to yourself right here and just say, you know what, just make a good shot. Don't even think about the one that crossed over, and just make a good shot.
He's going for the note again, looks like, Bowling Doc.
I don't know if he's not remembering where he's standing, or if it's just maybe some swing thoughts, or maybe some thoughts to get himself started, like stay slow, get the ball out in front of you.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure that Jackie Bowling gets that information at some point.
Flat 10.
Better shot.
With a spare, he'll lead by 17. After 6, he trails by a game. He needs this game to force the roll-off. Only way to get to Zaccatori is in overtime.
Got to stay focused on the spare.
Right on it. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but this crowd is really into this match. Shot for shot.
A lot of people hanging out back there as well.
Ten pin for Genova.
You know, if I'm Tommy Genova right now, I'm just thinking to myself, let's keep filling frames because he hasn't been the errant one in this match.
It's true. It's very true.
Oh, no. Missed it by a mile.
Yeah, you got to stay focused on making the spares. I mean, that's a big change.
That's a long block in this town of New York. Now Johnson hammer in hand. And again, mirroring what happened in the boys' semifinal.
Look at the note. Maybe the note's something to calm him down a little bit.
It's got to be something like that.
I'm telling you, it's Jeff Mark's picture. 7th frame.
It's probably an autograph, something from Couch.
Oh, plenty of hand, plenty of speed, plenty of everything.
You like that one? Maybe it's a picture of a bobblehead.
Oh, you don't want to start that going. I can't believe we haven't been getting creamed on Facebook with that, too.
Well, Tommy Genova's not down yet. He can still punch for 204. Johnson pacing at 203. Oh, another 10.
That's what usually happens out here when you flag one. You get a second shot.
You know how that goes.
Ah, the bowling gods have their way. 0 for 2. By rule, if it hits the gutter and comes back, it does not count. That's why you always see folks going for the automatic pin setter in your league at home by USBC rule. Once the ball is in the gutter, it stays in the gutter. So now, once again, gentlemen, the match is virtually in hand, and now each player can search through the last 2.5 frames as Johnson will choose who leads the roll-off.
Took a long time on that one. I thought it was really good off his hand. I just think maybe he threw it a little hard. Two-way conversion to try and maintain the large lead in the match.
A 40-pin lead for A.J. Johnson entering the 9th and 10th frame. Barring the silver streak entering this station, we're going to have a roll-off.
Mike J, you always got the movie references going.
Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor, one of the all-time favorites. Genova,
Better
9th
hurry.
frame. My, oh my, gentlemen, I don't know where to go with this roll-off.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be throwing the old spare ball at this one. I think I'd be looking to throw something else out there to see what's going on.
That was the strike attempt. He was not going for the spare. Giving up the game to A.J. Johnson. And now again, 2 frames for Johnson, 1 frame for Genova to search for something to gut out a roll-off. Johnson will choose who goes first. Boom goes the dynamite in the 9th. Strike for Johnson.
Well, I know who I'm taking in the roll-off, fellas.
Momentum and the pendulum have swung back into that man's lap.
I would be telling Genova to get some air under this thing and get it out on the lane and give his angle away a little bit and clear the front with his hand. Get it up in the air and give that thing a chance to clear and recover. Because he's in the right spot. It's seeing shim. It's just hooking too early. Oh, no spare. No spare.
Ball change. No, he was obviously going for that spare.
Yeah. That was a spare ball.
I thought maybe he was like, I got to throw this. So now one more shot, one more fishing expedition for Genova to try to find something.
I don't like 7 being a number to win the old roll-off.
I don't think so.
It's at the one in the middle. This
Not
shot.
this one.
No, sir.
Wow. In this case, does A.J. Johnson decide to force the hand and have Genova lead the roll-off and go against the conventional wisdom that we explored last time?
No, I don't think so. I think you got the trainer rolling. I think you keep it rolling. He's, obviously Tommy's completely lost, so force the issue on him.
It's anything. When your opponent is struggling and he's a little bit lost, let him get up there and keep bowling. Don't do anything to slow him down or give him a chance to think about it.
We will have a roll-off. And we will find out shortly what A.J. Johnson decides. Tournament leader, high seed, he will determine who goes first. Sudden death roll-off to face Zakatori in tomorrow's Boys High School Championship Final.
Again, please no flash photography. We will compensate those that settle on eBay. No flash photography, please. Thank you.
Genova thinking about it. That is one confident stroke. Genova's going to have to dig deep and find something. He hasn't sniffed the pocket in his last 3 shots. AJ is wired. And now AJ with one more opportunity to keep loose.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that his next shot is not going to miss the head pin to the right.
Bang, 223 finish. There will be a roll-off.
This match is even. It must now be decided by one ball, 7 death roll-off. The number 1 seed
will have Tommy Genova start.
You know, if you go ahead and start there yourself, you make him sit on the bench another few minutes and think about it too. So that's why I think it would have been wiser to start.
Tommy Genova has not seen the pocket in 4 shots. He's going to need to fall back on a game plan and execute it. Light, 8 count. Johnson ball in hand. 1 shot away from facing Zach Hattori tomorrow live on Extra Frame, with a chance at the boys title and a chance at the $64,000 Ebonite full ride college scholarship. 9 or better to advance to face Zach Hattori. 8, the roll-off continues. 7, and Tommy Genova advances. Tommy Genova advances. Oh my. Jackie Bowling is going to get out there and talk to Tommy Genova. Unbelievable finish in the roll-off. Jeff, Mark, do you believe what you have just seen?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He was... I don't know how he could have missed.
Time now for Jackie Bowling. Go, Jackie.
We have the now second finalist going into tomorrow's finals against Zach Hattori. Tommy, great bowling today. Great bowling today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I lost it there the last game, and I really got lined in for the. I was trying to get lined in for the shootout, the roll-off, and I thought he had me, but anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Now tomorrow you may be bowling. You are bowling for the chance for $64,000 in scholarship money. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's definitely life-changing. $64,000 puts you right through college. It's something I never dreamed. I couldn't even dream of that.
Well, good luck to you tomorrow. Good luck. Great bowling. Guys, we have our second finalist for the guys' high school match.
Thank you, Jackie Bowling. Jason Couch, what happened to A.J. Johnson?
I'm in just complete shock right now, Mike J. You know, it just looked inside off of his hand, and you know you were going to get full rev rate on that shot from him. You knew he was going to let it rip. Just looks like he got it onto the lane, inside a target. Just, I mean, the way he was lined up towards the end of that last game, I'm just in total shock.
Bowling Doctor, what did your eyes detect?
You know what? I'm going to have to watch it on replay, Mike J, because I was so busy about switching the cameras. I just thought he was going to dead label it. And you know what? You put somebody in that situation, they got to throw one, whether they pinched it off or he just missed it, or I'd have to watch it again. It'll be available for on demand in minutes.
Unbelievable finish here, and our first day completed at Grand Central Terminal. Wow.
Phenomenal day. 3 matches coming down to sudden death. What's in store for us tomorrow, Mike J?
Coming up tomorrow, starting at noon, we're going to have the boys and girls under 14 championship matches. Pablo Cerda will face Wesley Lowe Jr., and we'll get a look at the two-handed left-hander, Doc Wesley Lowe Jr.
Wesley Lowe Jr. is going to be coming in, and wait till you see this kid. He is a bunch of excitement. Fun to watch.
Under 14 girls championship, Taryn Gray and Ashley Dunn. Ashley Dunn, defending champion in this age group.
Ashley Dunn, defending champion. Zach Hattori, defending champion. We got a lot coming up.
Jason Couch tomorrow, the survivor, Tommy Genova and Zach Hattori. Hattori, a chance to repeat his title here.
Well, I like Zach's chances tomorrow, and is Zach the higher seed in that tournament as well? He is, which means he'll get to pick the lane condition. If I'm Zach Hattori, I am more comfortable on that longer pattern, and I just saw Tommy really struggle on it. that's the way I would be going.
Rachel Vaughn took out the number 1 seed Elise Bolton. She will face the number 2 seed Gabriella Mayfield in the girls' high school championship.
I don't know. How can you go wrong with a girl nicknamed the Butcher?
You are exactly right. And then when it's all said and done, we'll have a boys and girls championship for the $64,000 Ebonite Scholarship.
Someone's life is going to change tomorrow afternoon. $64,000 ride to college.
It's all happening tomorrow, and you can watch it live on Extra Frame. We thank you for joining us here tonight. Invite you to join us back here tomorrow live from Grand Central Terminal in the heart of New York City. Live on Extra Frame, coverage begins at noon Eastern with the boys and girls under 14 division championships. For producer Jason Thomas, the powerhouse Jackie Bowling, for PBA champ Jason Couch, and the professor Ron Hickland. The bowling doctor, Jeff Mark. He's currently sitting in the most important chair in bowling.
It's because it's mine, Mike J.
This is Mike J. Laneside on behalf of the PBA, Gary Beck, and Killer Bee Promotions. A pleasant good evening from the Big Apple.